Genesis of You with my band right after I bought it.
Hello. I guess you guessed that I had some problems with internet. Let me turn my fan down here a little quieter. Howdy, Dreamer. I think I'm going to have a better setup once I get going here. I finally figured out how to get my internet. Hello, Julie. I'm I had to relocate to get a better internet connection, and Susie is seeing people go by, so she's my great watchdog. I'm trying to figure out how to get it on my computer too. Oh, I tell you, once something messes up with technology, then you don't know what you're doing. Okay, I'm gonna read it right here. I've got I've got it a little closer so I can see. Hi, MJW. How am I? Rushing around trying to find a place with internet. It's coming through my car, so you'll be hearing my car going off and on, going from the motor to the electric. It's a rainy day here. I'm in a beautiful place. As usual, I tend to find some pretty places. Ah, can you see me okay and hear me okay? I hope some people get notifications. Are we still on? This internet connection may be bad. Are you still there? Any thumbs up? Hello? I'm not seeing anything. I see there are 24 people on here. I got 8 thumbs up, but I'm not seeing the chat. Oh, okay, hi. I was hoping to get this on my computer, but I had to set it up so quickly after I moved that I didn't get to do that. So I'm going to have to do like I did last time. Evening, lady. Good to see you, MJW. Granny Lana? Blue Mountain Moth. Hi. M. Fisher. Hiya, everyone. Nice to see that Jen is doing good. Yeah, now that I've got an internet connection. Good. You can see me and hear me. Hi, Jan. Made it here. Old Apple Orchard. Hello. Um, Timmy Lou Who, I think that is. Did I get that right? Granny Lana. Is it Lana? Lana? MJ. Okay, thumbs up. Got it. Hi from Arkansas. Hi, Luann Kelly. Kenneth Bailey, I usually miss your live, so wonderful to see you and the girls. Well, yeah, today it would have been easy to miss because if people came on at the right time, I wasn't here. But I did relocate. I'm actually at a casino in a lovely place. Still here, was getting a snack. Yep. I did my first tanked up this weekend. Oh, I assume you're talking about the potty tank. Well, that's something that I don't have to do. I'm kind of glad I don't have to do that. Um, Thumbs up. Old Apple Orchard, hi. Richard Polly. Now I'm on. Hi, yes, I'm here. I'm so glad some of you did get on. I apologize for being late, but that's what it means to be on the road. Got to find a good internet spot. Looking and sounding good. Actually, I don't know if you can see the rain. Can you even see out the window? Can you see kind of where I am? No, it's up too high. Well, I've got it on a stand, which is better. uh, Richard Scott, hi. Barbara Allen, hello from New Jersey. Good reception here. Good. Yeah, my little extra travel I had to do to get to the Wi-Fi, it worked. Howdy from Tennessee. Hi, Dee. Yeah, I bought way too much RV. Jealous of you ladies. Do you mean you have too big of an RV? Is that what you mean, Dreamer? What kind of RV do you have? It's always interesting to hear what kind of rigs other people have. Richard Scott, thumbs up. I missed the last live too. Well, you didn't miss much here because I just got here. I really wasn't sure about the rain today too, how much light we would have to even be able to do this, but what I'm seeing doesn't look too bad. That's good. Hi from Massachusetts. Good. Glad we're all here. We have 30 people, which is amazing since I'm a little late. Let's see, how late am I? Oh yeah, a couple hours late, aren't I? Boy, oh boy. We'll have to fix that next time. My car is usually a very reliable hotspot, but there are places, you know, out in the wilderness where you, even that can't get a signal. Let's see, a 38-foot Class C, love it, but the vans can go more places, for sure. I am in a casino parking lot close to the door. The RVs are way over that way, and I'm right close to the door. This is, well, I'm not going to say the name because, you know, we don't, YouTubers, we don't tell where we are. And I don't even like to tell where I'm, well, of course not where I'm going to be next or where I've been recently. But I will tell you, since you're here and you did come on, I will tell you what this week's coming up video is going to be, and drum roll please. It's going to be Pahrump, Nevada, where I met Bob Wells and Sue Ann and a lot of other really great people, and I camped with some really, I mean, they'll be lifelong friends now. It was so much fun. And that was nice, but there wasn't a lot of video of it. I was mostly just you know, making new friends and running around, so I didn't get a lot of video, but what I mostly got were sunsets and a little bit of campfire, so that part of the video is short. And then I go to the Sequoia National Forest. Is it National Forest? National Monument? National Park, anyway. The Sequoias, and that's going to be coming out. I'm working on it now, so maybe in the next couple of days I'll be able to get that one up. Hi from Las Vegas. Hi, Gary. I'm glad you didn't start on time. Another nomad on YouTube did a live stream about fire evacuation. Oh, Deborah Dickinson. I watch her. I'm subscribed to her. She's pretty amazing, isn't she? She and Nomad's friends were chased out of their national park camp near Flagstaff. Oh my goodness, I've got friends there. The people that I was camping with in Pahrump, I think, are still there. She was on for 30 minutes. Indiana, Oregon. It's raining in Oregon. Yeah. How exciting. Greetings from the Mile High City, Denver. Isn't that Denver? Greetings from the Mile High City. Love your videos and style which you use to narrate them. Thank you. New York. I do love the vans, yeah. How are you? How far are you? I don't tell where I am. Actually, it's soon. I'm thinking maybe even next week that I'll be able to get that video out. So that's all I'm going to say. Hey from Iowa. Julie just came from Mormon Lake. I have been in some wonderful casinos lately, and I got to tell you about this one. This one is posh. It is ostentatious. It is gorgeous. The door that's close to me here where I'm parked, it's like the family entrance. They have a theater in there, a 3-movie theater with very current, really good movies, family movies, and a food court and a bowling alley. And then they have the great big casino and the fancy, you know, restaurants and everything. So this is another one that's owned and run by Native Americans, at least three tribes. I think I might have seen 4 different tribes that are gathered together in this one. But talk about top-notch security. I mean, most casinos, not all of them, but most of them, the ones that are not undercover, and I'm sure they have a bunch of those, the ones that are not undercover are dressed like the men in black. They're wearing black, or I think they're all black suits, and they even have the aviator glasses. You know, it's really nice, good security. They are everywhere all the time. So I really like this kind of free camping. Traveling on a motorcycle. I'm saving up for a van, probably a full size since I'm 6'4". Yeah, I would think so. And a minivan sounds a bit cramped to me. Yeah, I don't suggest a minivan for you. Yeah, that would be, it's a bit cramped in a minivan for sure. But you just sleep there. I'm in the front seat as much more than I am in the back. It's like you would be in your living room. This is kind of my living room in the front seat here. So it's comfortable. I don't spend a lot of time in the back, although sometimes, you know, just to put my feet up and edit or read a book or something, the head of my bed comes up like I've mentioned before, so it's kind of like a recliner, so that works. Ooh, recliner, I hate to say that word. I escaped a recliner. That's why I'm out here. I have been solo RVing since January 5th and haven't met a single solo female. Starting to get lonely. Well, Luann, I've met quite a few, and I didn't at first either, except for that meetup that I went to. But then after that, it was a long time before I saw any others. But, you know, if you're like me and you're staying in free places, those usually will not have very many women. But I kind of look for them, and I try to strike up a conversation when I see somebody in an SUV or a minivan or a van. But most of us go to a park during the daytime, so a park is a good place to meet people. I've met several women, including Sherry, that I did her high top van tour. Met her in a city park. So eventually you'll get to where you find more women, and I would like to have a meetup someday too. Right now I'm just traveling so much. I'm in a different place pretty much every night. This month I did do maybe three or four nights in campgrounds. Yeah, it was 2 nights, and the one I got locked in the bathroom, and that was, and then there were 2 nights in another place. So that's pretty rare for me to get 2 campgrounds in one 30-day period. Most of the time it's truck stops and casinos, because I have free lodging, and that gives me more money for gas for the way that I travel. Crescent City, California. You need to see 2 lighthouses and ask direction to Enderts Beach for the lookout. Lots of redwoods. Yeah, I understand there's quite a few all along in there. I didn't. Summer on motors. Yeah, I'm scrolling here. Let me catch up. I took my son to Las Vegas when he was underage. We had to cross the casino floor to get to the exit to the kids' playground. Security was all over us in 2 seconds, that's for sure. Yes, that makes you feel safe. Avoid Texas at all costs this summer. Oh yeah, I don't plan on going back through there, I don't think. I mean, I'm going to be maybe mountain hopping. I'm going to miss casinos, of course, but I may go from mountain to mountain if I can. I don't know, because that's where it is a lot cooler if you can get to a higher elevation. I've found that out for sure. Ladybird K, hi. Dreamer Deborah Dixon and friends were fleeing northward, yeah, towards the Grand Canyon Junction. It's hot in a lot of places in the West. Well, I am still someplace cool. It's still kind of cool where I'm not cold by any means, but I haven't had to experience the heat, the real heat yet, you know, because I took off in December. So that's something I'm gonna be learning that. Corps of Engineer campgrounds where I stay. All right, Corps of Engineers. I don't think I have stayed at Corps of Engineers yet, but I've been told that they, in fact, I think there's even a book out about the Corps of Engineers. I'm sure there are a lot of videos on it, of course. Oklahoma, last 4 of many dogs in 20 years. Down to the last 4. Well, you have 4, Kenneth. That's great. I have had up to 4 dogs at one time, through rescuing and so forth. It's usually 2, sometimes only 1, hardly ever none. There's this little place right here, this little dog spot that needs to be filled at all times. 104 in Las Vegas? Nope. Nope. I have some really pretty videos coming up. Most of the time I find pretty places, and most of the time I find free places. And this one coming up, well, I'm still working on the prettiest parts. What did you think about me doing the road trip series? I mean, I'm going to do it anyway because I'm doing it for me too. But when I take off all the tips and all the introductions, and I just have the trip and I string several together as a road trip. Did any of you see that one? What'd you think of that one? That came out 2 or 3 days ago. Really cool in Washington, yeah. Canada. How is it in Canada? Debbie, is it nice and cool in Canada, or does the higher latitude not help any? Richard, you saw that video, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to be doing that with all of them. And then someday, when the trip's all over, I may have a 2-hour movie of a whole road trip. And it's kind of neat how, I don't know if you've ever seen it on Google Maps, but Google Maps will let you it'll keep track of your timeline for you. In fact, I've noticed a few times, I don't always notice it, but the maps will ask me if I'm at a certain place, and I can tell it, yes, I am, confirming it. So I can look back, and it shows what I had as the thumbnail for that last video, how it has pins in all the places that I stopped. And when I looked at that, I was so surprised that there was just a blank space between Florida and Texas. And that was that time. In fact, I did a video of, being chased by the winds when I left Florida, and I just zoomed right across there. Don't even remember those 2 states that I passed by till I landed in Texas. Yeah, I'm going to, oh yeah, the poetry. That touches me, that poem, Song of the Open Road. Walt Whitman video. It depends on where you are. I live on the east coast of New Brunswick. It's very nice here today. Oh yeah, in Canada. That's good. And Canada's like any place else if you've got a mountain to climb there. If you can get up on a hill. Well, I did hear that 1,000 feet is 3 degrees difference. You can also share your location too. If you get on the road, if you're already on the road or plan on being on the road, you can share your location with family and friends so they can follow along on your journey. And that's kind of a nice safety feature too, that they know where you are at all times too. That's good. Hi, Charlie. Charlie Grace is here. Do any of you watch Glorious Life on Wheels, Glow? Carol? She did a live, was it yesterday, I think? And I said hi, and she says, oh, Butterfly Tracks is on here. She says, I need to talk to you. So she kind of gave me a shout out there, and she said she'd been watching my videos. Isn't that sweet? I think you continue following your heart on this. We will all enjoy whatever you share. Oh, thank you. 106 in San Antonio, Julie. Oh, inside and air conditioning, yes. This truck stop that I was at last night, I was looking at this little, those little cheap things that they're not really air conditioners, but it's just a fan that blows over water or ice water or whatever. And I saw one was only $19. How good could it be? But I mean, how bad could it be? At least it's a fan, right? So I might just get one of those. It's got a, those little blue things that you can freeze in the freezer, and that would stay cold longer than just cold water or ice. So I think I might get one of those to see how that works. Of course, because I don't like to run the car all the time for the the climate control, even if it is, off and on with electric. Oh yeah, I did think I kind of came into her live a little late too. Glorious Life on Wheels, and she had a meetup last weekend. Might find other women connections by doing the Sunday morning virtual caravans. There are some still traveling around. Yeah, as I said, the video this week was Pahrump, but my videos are behind. They are, not my most recent place, and in fact, you could even look. I don't know exactly when I was there, but they were having the bring your own vehicle, minivan or van build. And that's when I was there when they were having that event. That was directly after Valley of Fire. I went to Pahrump. Travel video, yeah. That one, I said it in the description. I didn't want anybody to think it was just a brand new video. I actually took sections of the videos before and put them together more like a road trip. And I'll do that again. I'll take I would think at least 3 videos, the middle part of them, and put them together so that you see more of a road trip. I watch Glow. She's wonderful. Yes, she is. She's a very generous person. She's very, very helpful. Waiting for you. Hi, April. I'm sorry if any of you had to wait. It's just the risk of the road. I think it's still worth it. It's still worth it. There you go, on the Planet Carol of Glorious Life on Wheels. That's a great channel. I think she's almost 50,000 subscribers. It's kind of an odd glow I'm looking at here with all the water on the windshield. I'm in Las Vegas. Oh yeah, April. Someone just said it was hot there. I don't know if that was you. Heard of Glorious Life on Wheels. I don't really watch her much, but I know her through another channel called The Dawn of Life. Yes. I watched Dawn of Life also. Never been to Las Vegas. Well, I had one video recently about that casino. That was wonderful, beautiful place. Gas prices. Well, they've been really bad, but the Pilot that I was at last night was $5.19. That was a whole lot less than I've been paying. Hi, Sylvia Torres. April. Richard, it's overrated. Hello, Marilyn. Thanks, April. I don't drink or gamble, so it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't partake either. I did buy my lunch there, which was contraindicated for my diet. But it sure was good. It sure was good. So they've got good food in there. Opulent bathrooms, gorgeous bathrooms. Everything about it is just spotless clean and beautiful in the nicer casinos that I've been to. Hi, Paula. Kiwi Rose. Yeah, not a Vegas fan either, but super awesome things around Vegas. Yeah, the thing I like about Vegas is, I'm not interested in things from, about or big crowds or things that are created by people. I'm looking for nature is what I'm doing. I want grand nature, not grand ballrooms with casinos in them. It's just that casinos are such wonderful places to stay for free. There might be a few of the smaller ones where you wouldn't necessarily be welcome, and quite a few of them have RV parks, but they're not necessarily any cheaper than other places. But if you're in a minivan, that's a good place to be for free. Is the Valley of Fire State Park. You know, when I was reading up about that, it's kind of jointly managed, I think I read, by the state. It's more of a state park, but it's I think it's also managed by national parks somehow, federal also, maybe parts of it. Anyway, yes, it's mostly a state park. Yes, it's in Nevada, Valley of Fire. Wonder Hussey is good for traveling the desert. She does a lot of research and tells the history of any place. Yeah, see, that's something that I don't do. I don't pass along a whole lot of research, and I'm sorry about that, but I travel. I'm on a road trip, and that's what you're seeing with me is a road trip. I do enough research to know what it's going to be for like for me to get there, and I don't do a lot of other research. But I really like watching her channel. I've watched her from maybe the beginning, and been subscribed to Wonder Hussey. She's a hoot, I guess. Get a kick out of her. But she was at Pahrump when I was there. She and her sister were there, both dressed in this white. I don't know what it was, but it was really cute. They were dressed alike and had their little cowboy hats on, and Glorious Life on Wheels was there too, but I was kind of, I don't know, I think I was starstruck, and I don't know, I said something to her, probably was something stupid. Wonder how to see, yeah. I hear you, grand nature. Yes, that's what I'm out here for. I'm not a tourist. I don't need tourist traps. I am not a, I'm not a camper, although I really like to camp as often as I can. It's just too expensive. I am a traveler. I am a sightseer. Hi, Daisy C. I'm glad you're here too. Oh, yeah. Hi, Paula. Now, since I'm older, I have to watch what I eat. Well, I pretty much have always had to watch what I eat. I've been up and down numerous times. It's really hard when you're on the road. And I want to say something about that, too. You know, whoops, I got it plugged in. I just yanked it. You know, I've, in my message to Future Jan, I have told her to drink a lot of water and keep moving. And now I need to either keep rewatching that or just somehow remind myself to drink a lot of water and keep moving, because I'm not doing that nearly enough. In fact, I don't know if you watch Travel Snacks, Allison, but Allison has an app that reminds her when to drink water, because it really, you get, especially since I've been in the desert a lot, my eyes get dry, my nose gets dry, I mean, your mouth gets dry, your skin gets dry, I mean, you just start drying up. And now that I'm in a little more wet climate, I think I'm going to plump back up again. You can see such a difference in your skin. But it doesn't matter where you are. If it's raining outside and terribly humid, you still need to drink a lot of water and keep moving. And the keep moving is hard to do when you travel as much as I do too. Yeah, casinos can't afford to have a reputation of having crime around them. Well, when you think about it, they not only have a liquor license, they also have a gambling license, and they have a whole lot of money there. I mean, a whole lot of money there. So there are many reasons why they have to be really good at security. Tons of slides of Lake Tahoe from the 50s. You wouldn't recognize it as the same place now. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Everything's just snowballing, getting bigger. Every town. Kiwi Rose, you travel. How it works for you, yeah. Yeah, all the channels really are different, and thank goodness they are. My goodness, you wouldn't need to watch but one if they were all exactly the same, of course. Um, but I'm subscribed to, I can't even tell you how many different channels, and I enjoy watching all of them. I want to live in a van so badly. I'm just scared because I have a bad back. Can't sit long. Yeah. You know, that's another thing that I was going to mention too, so I'm really glad that you brought that up. Another thing that health reasons, and I may even put this at the end of the video because let's see, we have 53 people on here. Oh, that's great, especially since I screwed up or the internet screwed up. We got on late. But another thing for health, if you are traveling, you must move while you're sitting in the chair driving. You must. I could stretch my arms out while I'm doing, I even try to turn my neck and head and move around and, you know, just shift position a little in your chair. And maybe most importantly of all, you may have heard of deep vein thrombosis, DVT. People die from that. I mean, it's not very often, you know, it's often sometimes even on airplanes. So while you're driving, you need to move your feet around too, you know, flex your feet and move your feet and ankles and just kind of just flex your muscles all over so you don't get deep vein thrombosis even while you're driving. So I don't know if that would help your back also, April, but and it just depends on how bad that is and if you can get a chair that's comfortable enough. Sylvia, can you mention the time you'll be coming on your lives? Well, today it was supposed to be 4 o'clock Eastern time, and I didn't have a good enough internet connection, so I had to move to a better place, and so that's what took so long, was finding a spot that had good internet. But it's supposed to be 4 o'clock. I thought I even did the internet test, and at the time the internet was good and I thought I had plenty of speed, and then when the time came, just didn't, so I had to move. Hi, Steph from Palm Bay, Florida. Valley of Fire and the Red Rock area are beautiful, even if you're not able to hike very far. Yeah, I'm counting on, Gary, I'm counting on places that are scenic drives. In fact, I don't know if you watched the video of Sherry's van tour, the high top van in Cottonwood. She mentions in the video that when she first started out, whenever she'd see a scenic drive, she was off that direction and off that direction. And that's me. I'm going all around the country with scenic drives. Yeah, we've all got some little aches and pains by the time you get a little older. A lot of young people have some issues too. I don't think it hopefully it doesn't stop you from doing what you need to do. I'm certainly not a doctor, but I did have a physical therapist one time that said motion is lotion. He said that to keep moving, and then, my daughter is or had been a licensed massage therapist, and she always recommended drinking a lot of water. So did other therapists. Drink a lot of water and keep moving. They all go to the same places. I like seeing nature in different places, not in tourist traps. Well, you need to know about different places. I know one of my favorite channels is Bunny Plays Here, and she goes to such interesting places. Now, I may never go there, but I'm glad she does and shows them to me because they're just interesting places. Maybe I won't go there, but it's still interesting. Not crazy about tourist traps either. Yeah, I like Divine Landscaping too. Snack Pack, yes. She's one of my favorites too. Got so many favorites. I'm sitting on my deck watching the squirrels and birds eating a late supper. It's about 85 degrees. Debbie, oh, that sounds like a good thing to do. That's out in nature, You're out in nature. You're having a wildlife experience. It doesn't matter if you're on your own deck. I kind of noticed there isn't much travel on the East Coast. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Stephanie Dean, put that toward my gas. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. I don't ever expect those. So when I get that's just so nice. There are many states that are beautiful to see. Watch Jan and the other nomads. I think there's beauty in every state. I even everybody complains about going across Texas in certain areas where it's just flat and a desert and all that kind of thing. But it's different. It's new. Everything's new to me. Everything. And just seeing the variety is great. I live quite close to Red Rock, so it's nice to take short trips. And while you mentioned that, April, a lot of people don't see what's right around them. You might have something in your town or just outside of town that's amazing that you never go see. Pretty much everybody can relate to that. There's a lot in your own state, wherever it is. Yeah, YouTube just now notified you. I think I put up another notice that I'd be going live soon. I'm not sure. I was trying to, but I don't know if it actually got through. But you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Uh, Back problems, Gary. Yeah. Use electric wheelchair to get around. Doctors told me I'd never walk unassisted again or be pain free. Well, how are you now, Gary? Are you doing better? I hope you're better. Nobody likes to ride with me because I always take the scenic route instead of the quickest route. Well, bless your heart. That's the way to go. You are a nomad at heart for sure, M. Fisher. Turmeric supplement. Yeah, or turmeric. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that being a good anti-inflammatory. Yeah, Bunny does find interesting places. Gary used DDP yoga to lose 150 pounds. And you can now do anything you want. Wow. I'm going to have to look that up. Well, not that I have very much of a place to do yoga, though, right? And not in here. Walking with those walking sticks made such a big difference for me. Able to get around almost all the time without them. Just once in a while that I need them. Rarely. When I need them, I really need them. But I was in fact, I was in a national park just a couple days ago. 3 or 4 days ago, and I wanted to go into their visitor center, and you had to walk down a hill and so forth, and I took my walking sticks. I was feeling really, really good, but I took them anyway. Why not? It's just, it helps. I definitely enjoy the knowledge, and the music is great. Thank you, Sylvia. Watching from Texas, Primrose. Pickin' and Trippin' Sandra K. I don't know if I got that right. I think I mentioned it last time, and I don't know how it's going to be when I try it on a computer. Since I had to switch, I was kind of rushing around and didn't get to figure that out quite right. But there's a black background, and then your name is in a fairly dark gray, so it's really kind of hard to see, but we're doing okay. Is perfect for van life. Is that DDP yoga all one, or is it DDP and then yoga? I really want to look that up. See if I can do that. I want to see a bunch of stuff right here in Florida, but in the winter. Too hot right now. Oh yeah. Yep, I'm not going to be back there until winter. You do your snow drives. I've got another one coming up. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that, was I? Plans change. We're on fire at 102 degrees. Oh, where are you at 102? Maybe you mentioned before where you are. Congratulations on the weight loss, Gary. Absolutely. It's got to help with pain, with moving, with everything. I've done it way too many times. Lost weight. No, what I've done is gain weight too many times. The losing weight was good. The space the size of a yoga mat. Now I'm really intrigued. Huh. Watching from New Orleans. Hello, Debbie. Yeah. No tears today. A couple of your videos are so beautiful. They brought us to happy tears. So glad to see you Much love and happy trails. Thank you. Heavy rain, 65 degrees in Boise. Unusual to get downpours all day, but I love it. We do need the rain. Very little pain now. Good for you, Gary. Moving. It's that keep moving thing. I'm going to a meetup in a month from now, and I hope to do some. It's a women's meetup. I don't know that it's open to the public, but if it is, I will let you know. It's going to be fun, and I'll get some video there. And you know, the video I did of the women's meetup was like maybe my second or third video. The comments on there, my goodness. You know, when are you having your next meetup? How are we going to find out about the next meetup? And you can start a meetup. Any of you can. You just go on Facebook, start your own group if you want to, or find a group that fits you, and just mention that you'd like to do a meetup, and people will jump all over it. And it doesn't have to be some big fancy thing. You can just say, let's meet at the park tomorrow at 2. There you go. You know, it's not that complicated. Anybody can do it. Going to buy a van and travel and pick up vintage items, picking and tripping. I gotcha. I am in the DFW area. Not sure what that is. Breath of Home, nice one. I was in 65 now. Oh, here we go. I'm behind. Love watching your videos. The photography is great also. Well, you know, I'm not a good photographer, but I take a whole lot of pictures. My dad was a photographer. My brother's a very good photographer. And I was a little rebellious about photography, and then when I did try it, I just wasn't that good at it. I have trouble holding the camera still. I know what I like. I know what's beautiful, and I take a whole lot of pictures, so I end up with something good and all of that. And I think there used to be a saying of photographers that the best photographers take the most pictures or something like that, because then you have a lot to choose from. Hello from the Pacific Northwest, Washington State, north of Seattle. Thought I'd missed you. This is the first time I've been able to get on a live stream. Oh, I'm glad you made it, Michelle. It was good that I was late for a couple of people. I lost 50 to 60 pounds 3 times. Not gonna gain it back this time. Much less pain. Good for you, April. Let's see. I think probably my most drastic one was after my second daughter was born. And I was probably about as big as I am right now. Maybe not quite as big as I am right now, but that was in 1976 when my second daughter was born. And in 1976, the fad was belly dancing, and that's when I lost 80 pounds in 6 months belly dancing. Not because I was trying to get good. I was just trying to lose the weight, and I accidentally got good at it. And did a little bit of professional dancing, danced with some live bands, because we happened to be right there by a Greek community, and they had Greek events where they had belly dancers and so forth. So I was fortunate to be right there in the center of that. It was a big fad all across the country at the time. Dallas, Fort Worth. I should have known that. Dallas, Fort Worth area of Texas, of course. We had high 80s last 2 days. High 80s, not just 80, right? Better than the $100 100 degrees we normally are by now. You lost weight since COVID started? I think most people had the COVID-19 pounds, that is. Am I lonely out here? I am absolutely not lonely out here. I talk to people all the time. I've gotten more outgoing, if anything. I've got the girls here. They're asleep right now, which is good, because they're not up barking at people. Or like last week, Coco was drinking water very loudly right here beside me, so it really picked it up on the microphone. But no, they're being good girls. They are a lot of company, and I don't wouldn't want to do it without at least one dog. For me personally, because I always have to have at least one dog anyway. And talking to you guys and reading your comments, I'm telling you, that's people have commented that I sound natural because I'm talking to you. I really am talking to you. I wish I could see you too, but I really feel that you're out there, so feel like I'm talking to you. Of course, I talk to my family a couple of times a day, so no, I'm not lonely. Nice to see raindrops. Yes, we do need rain. Oh my gosh, I guess I should be really glad that I'm here this year and not last year, because I understand last year what you see out there blocking the sun would have been smoke. So I'm glad for the rain. Have been an inspiration since that first video and love your good taste in decorating. Well, thank you. I'm hoping I actually want to take everything out, not the furniture. Well, I want to take everything out and just, deep clean everything and put it all back in a really good order. Got a notification. And I think I'm going to be able to do that at that meetup, which is in about 3 weeks. I'm going to be able to take everything out and then redo everything. Every once in a while, I really like to do that. I mean, you can do your deep cleaning, but then there's the take everything out and do the deep cleaning. I did that in the kitchen area in the back in one of my videos, but that's all I did that day, was just that. And it really kind of, if you're going to do that kind of deep cleaning in a van or a minivan, you need a table outside. And I don't have a big table. I can't really carry one. But, if I was, the last campground I was at, you couldn't park next to the picnic table. It was actually quite a ways from the minivan, and it was raining too, so I really wasn't able to do that. I was hoping I would be able to do it there, but I'm gonna have to wait a little while for that. That's okay. Used to travel all over and made money doing it by pilot car escorting oversized. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. The pilot car for oversized loads. Nice, Debbie. There are so many ways to travel. Belly dancing? Yes. You can look me up on the internet, and you'll have to really look close to see that it's me. There's a picture of me and in my belly dancing costume. If you look up Janet Privett, Privett, on Google Images, and you will see it there. For 76, I danced professionally disco at the time. Kenneth, I remember those times. I'm just the perfect age for that, to remember that. And boy, I loved that. The disco era was my kind of time. Do I sleep in my car? Of course I sleep in my car. I have the best bed in here. In fact, I've gotten motel rooms a couple of times in the 6 months or so that I've been out here, and I wanted to go sleep in my car. It's much more comfortable in here. Stayed at friends and family houses, rarely 2-3 times. I wanted to come back out here. That's how comfortable my bed is. And I wouldn't sleep in a tent. Forget about it. I mean, I did that many years ago. I don't have to anymore. Don't have to sleep in a tent. I got a better bed. Can't really afford the motels either, to tell you the truth. I remember the belly dancing craze. I remember rotary phones too, yes. You know what, M. Fisher, the belly dancing craze has kind of come and gone a few times. I think maybe the biggest time was in 76 or that around that time. But it's come and gone, and it's still here. It's still here. Richard gained, now I lost it too, active and diet. Yes, it does kind of take both. Dark shade behind your phone help you see the chat. That's a good idea. I'll try that next time. Yeah, because see, right now I'm just looking at the glare of the sun. Well, not the sun. The sun is not out, but it's still an overcast sky can still be a lot of glare, especially somehow with the raindrops just seem to sparkle and make it even worse. I had a little SUV, made a bed on one side, and it was cool. I had curtains all around for privacy. That's all you need. I'm telling you, people just overcomplicate this whole thing so much. So if you're still sitting out there, oh, listen to my pretty alarm. Isn't that beautiful? It's called the Voyage. I think that's pretty. I'm not a big violin person, but and maybe it's the title. I like the Voyage. Where was I? I'm getting lost here. SUV. Yes, and how simple it is. I mean, people watch so many videos and then they're mulling this all over in their head. And yeah, it's nice to plan ahead, but start simple and buy it when you need it as you go. It's not a big deal. It's not that big a deal. I was late to get in. I didn't hear when you started. I didn't hear if you made it yet to the Redwoods since you are in some rain. Maybe you did. Well, I'm not really saying, but I did make it to the Sequoias. I just don't say. But this week, the Sequoia video is coming out. I've got the Pahrump part of it because Pahrump was first. It's going to be Pahrump and Sequoia. And I'm looking forward to getting that one up there. I did sort of start a Facebook page, but I'm not that good with Facebook. I really haven't used it that much. So I'm planning on getting that up, and we could communicate better, you know, on the side there with probably with, was it Messenger and so forth. Kenneth, as a young model and dancer, I decided as an older person I would eat. LOL. Yes. Yes. I know. When you get older, you shouldn't give up. We shouldn't give up, should we? No. You can lose weight and get in shape at any age. I know I've come a long way. I mean, I don't look like I've come a long way. I haven't lost a lot of weight, but I am so much stronger now. I've said that a few times, and I really am a lot stronger. I'm doing better than I was a year ago, for sure. Look into camping, backpacking tables. They're pretty small. Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about taking the mattress off the bed. We're talking big here. I need an 8 or 10-foot table to really get everything out and onto a table. Yeah, I have a little folding table, but it won't help for the kind of thing that I want to do. I only need to do that ever so often. I used to be on Facebook, but not in 3 years. Same with Instagram. I haven't ever done Instagram. I don't know anything about that one. Do you have your settings on night mode? What do you mean by settings? Is that something as far as the chat that I could see it better, or I'm not sure what you mean by my settings on night mode. It will switch to a black background. Are you talking about on the live chat for today? That's something I'll have to look into. Black background. Well, actually, I have black background in the chat, and I think it's why I'm having trouble reading the names. I'm able to read your what you type very easily, the chat, but it's the dark gray name on a black background that I'm having trouble. I'd have to kind of strain to see your name, but the type, what you say is fine. April, very good question. What would you say is the hardest part of this lifestyle? It's hard to pass up places that I want to go. You know, I sometimes recently I've taken a couple of segues. I didn't plan on going on this certain scenic drive and then this certain scenic drive. One of them turned out absolutely fabulous, and the other one, I was like, why did I go so far out of the way? It was interesting, but wasn't worth the time. It's frustrating not to be able to get to see everything I want to see. But what's hard about it? It's not hard. It's just not hard. I mean, if you dislike the part of trying to find where you're going to park next, and that would be hard for you, but it's kind of a little game to me, and I think a lot of others have expressed that too, that it's part of the fun. In fact, I think Glorious Life on Wheels, I think Carol mentioned that on her live the other day, that was part of the fun, was finding a place. You have to give yourself options. I look at, of course, Google Maps. I sometimes zoom in on Google Maps to see what's around. I might search for truck stops on a certain interstate, because I only would stay at a few. And then I would lately I've been, once I find a truck stop down the road or whatever it is, the place that I want to stay for the night, I will zoom in on Google Earth to see how big their parking lot is, or see if it's arranged the way I like it. Because if it's too small, it's just not going to be comfortable for you to stay there if it's too small of a, because like Loves and Pilots, they have small ones and they have great big ones. So you can zoom in on Google Earth to see if it's what you really want, no matter what kind of place it is. So you need to have options. I usually have at least 3 options, down the road. And I, at least the night before, if not more in advance, I will set up my next trip, and then you can add stops. You've probably done that before, I suppose, but in Google Maps you can add or edit the stops. You can arrange them and rearrange them and add on to it, and then you can add it to your home page. So you save that trip, so the next day all you do is just punch it, just click on that icon that you put on your home page, and it brings up the map for you. So you've got all your options right there, and it's flexible. You can change it. It's great. I use that all the time. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Absolutely. I mean, that's obviously what mine is all about. It is a journey. It's destination after destination after destination. So that's me. What's the name of the Facebook page? I think it has my name on there. I think it's under Jan Privet. If it has a picture of Susie, just Susie's face, it's not the one I just did. I think I did one that has my butterfly logo on it. But I haven't really set it up much yet. Yes, on the chat, as far as the night mode is, I think that's what you're talking about, right? I'll look into that for sure. And I'm also going to look into putting something behind it. It would help. Gosh, yeah. We'll do that next time. A clean tarp to set your items on. Yeah, I did that when I did my kitchen redo. I just had a big black garbage bag. I didn't use the tarp that I have. It's pretty good size. It's folded up under the bed. I haven't seen it in a couple of months. I haven't needed it. That's a good idea. Not a windy day, and I haven't had a lot of not windy days. If it's not windy, it's raining, although I haven't had that much rain lately. Hardest part of traveling is staying within your budget. Yes, thank you. Too many fun things. Well, there's food and there's gas, so at least I'm not spending money on lodging. I wouldn't be here talking to you now if I had to pay for lodging every night. I wouldn't be on this trip. I would have long ago run out of money completely. So yeah, free places to stay. Most of them are really nice. I found some great places worth making a video about. And truck stops aren't that bad. In fact, truck stops are pretty good. They're getting better all the time. You just have to pick them. Not every truck stop is a good place to sleep for the night. Don't get that impression by any means. Pilot, Flying J, Loves. Those are the only ones I'm really familiar with. Flying J and Pilot are the same company. So if you look for one, they'll both come up. They're pretty much interchangeable. Um, the bigger the parking lot, the better. It's ideal if it has a 24-hour Denny's. Not, I mean, I like Denny's, okay, but I mean that's not because it's Denny's, because you can park on the Denny's side, and they're open 24 hours, and you can go in there, and not have to go past anybody if you have a nighttime need to go in. you you can go to the restroom without having to pass by the register of the truck stop, where they have to say, welcome to the truck stop, or whatever it is they say. So, it's like, oh, we've seen her 6 or 7 times in the last 12 hours. Why is she still here? Staying within your budget. Yeah. Fun things to do. I'm not doing fun things to do that I have to pay for, unless you count paying for a campsite. I've got my National Parks Pass. I don't have to pay there. National Monuments, I haven't seen where you have to pay there. Scenic Drives, you don't have to pay. So, fun things to do are not costing me. Food. I could cut down on the food and cut down on the budget that way too. But gas, what are you going to do? You drive less. Like sometimes I only drive 2 or 3 hours in a day. Today I drove an hour maybe from where I was to where I am now. Partly because of the internet that I didn't have before. I had to go find a better one. So I'm glad I'm at a casino. They have good internet here. They didn't have where I was before. But yeah, you drive less, don't, stay longer if you can. I can't usually stay very long because, the free places that I park, I wouldn't want to stay 2 or 3 days usually. Scenic routes and mom and pop diners. Yep. Used to find the scenic parkways to travel, or just the internet or a map. No, I have a map. You got to have a map. You got to have a good map as a backup. But I don't often pull it out, unfortunately. I mean, well, I don't know. I just don't. I mean, since I travel pretty much every day, even if it's a short distance, and I have 2 toddlers over here that I have to take care of, and I film a lot. Oh, I film a lot. I filled up 2 cameras, 2 cell phones, really quick. And in fact, right now, this afternoon, I'm going to have to download some pictures off of both of them because they're about to burn up. They're going to explode. They're so full. They will stop taking pictures once you fill it up completely. So I've got to download. Love what you said about giving yourself options. Oh, for sure. Don't just count on one place, because sure as the world that thing's going to fall through for you. Nobody will be there. And I don't sleep where there's nobody. I don't. Oh, Travel Grandma. I have trouble reading the names. I can read the print. The other one. Hi, Travel Grandma. She and I got together, and we will be getting together again. And looking forward to that. Going with the flow. And something else Travel Grandma has said a few times too is, we'll figure it out. We're just going to figure it out. No, you come up and this place didn't work out. Well, we'll figure it out. And that's part of the challenge, the fun part of the challenge. That's part of it, almost like a game. Let's going to figure it out. And you do. You do get to break some rules in your travels. I break some rules. You know what? Travel Grandma is very good at stealth camping. She's very, very good at that. She could really give a seminar on stealth camping. I'm not very practiced in stealth camping. I'm usually in places where it's okay to be. I mean, truck stops. Although there's some truck stops these days that are not as welcoming as others, so it's better to check it out. I love my Pilot truck stops. I can blow a fortune in there. Yes, you know, I've gotten clothes at truck stops. I think I got this thing at a truck stop. Last night I took a shower at a stop. I did my laundry at a truck stop. I got some inserts, you know, some for shoes. I had some water shoes that didn't have a thick enough sole, so I got some inserts there. I got this wonderful little, oh, I got to show you this. Oops, got to show you this. I kept the box. I may even put this in my next video too. Let's see if I got this right. Yep. Got this at a truck stop. All right, I don't know if you're seeing that. Right side up or upside down or backwards. It's Steelie. It's this little tiny, it's a windshield mount for your phone, and it's really small, and it works really good in a minivan because minivans don't have really big windshields. So I had a hard time for a long time. I was holding my phone up with my hand. I bought some that were too big to use, not very adjustable. It kept breaking. I'm just having an awful time. And this little bitty guy works perfect. It's very secure on the windshield. It's very adjustable here to twist it around. And this, you can adjust this way. And this, you can put the phone in any direction so easily. And you put a little magnet on the back of your phone. It doesn't harm your phone. And this just is a lifesaver. Finally, I'm not just holding my phone up with my hand. Works better for the live too. Do I have a home base? No, I don't. And you know why I don't? Upkeep, vandalism, expense, taxes, insurance, upkeep. So I knew I was going to be gone for as long as I can, or as long as I want to. So no, I'm not going to leave a place all just by itself. Nope. In fact, I don't even have any kind of a storage unit whatsoever. I don't. That's just a burden to me. It's just a burden. I think some others feel that way too, but if you like a home base, and if you come back and forth to a home base, that's great. But I knew I was going to be gone for at least a year. Gone. So I wouldn't leave a place. Wouldn't want to leave it for a year, but if you do, that's great. If I could really afford a home base, I would be like a millionaire or a many hundreds of thousandaire, where I could have somebody house sit or make sure somebody mowed the lawn and, you know, have I don't know, the upkeep. Then I would have a home base. Yep, that would be nice. It's not that I have anything against them. I just can't afford them really. My Facebook, okay, Jan Privet with the butterfly logo. And, okay, good. I guess I did have it set up if you could find it. That's good. Hello from Huachuca City, Arizona. I probably didn't say that right. I love what you're doing. Hope to do some traveling in the future. Best wishes to you. Thank you, Judith. Problem with truck stops is the refrigerator trucks parked next to you. I don't park next to them. Listening to the compressor run all night is no fun. You know, if you're far enough away from them and you have a big imagination like I do, you can convince yourself that it sounds like the ocean. Or you can get used to it. I don't know. Maybe this minivan is really well insulated, but once I put up the window covers and everything, even the dogs, even the girls don't bark at somebody right outside the door. You know, people walking around and even talking. So maybe it's just well insulated. In fact, when I was in the recliner and had trouble sleeping. I don't know why I don't have any trouble sleeping now, but I had an awful lot of trouble sleeping then, you know, mind racing or the tinnitus in the ears or something. They have these videos that you can watch on YouTube. Some of them are live. They run 24 hours. Some of them are 5 or 10 hours long. And they're usually something like rain or, you know, some sort of like the ocean, some noise making thing. And to me, that's what rain on the roof is wonderful, because that's the kind of video that I watch. Or even the sound of the trucks that's consistent. you know, no parking next to big rigs. We have to park in regular parking spots. That's right. You can't park right next to them. And you can be on the other side of it, and a little bit of distance makes a difference too. I've parked where there was highway noise. In fact, I was at a campground that looked like you were in the middle of nowhere, but it wasn't. It was close to a highway, and I need to turn off some notifications, don't I? And I heard the noise of the highway, but it did sound like the ocean to me. So, and it was still quiet at night. Leadville, Colorado, barefoot in cactus. Ouch. Julie, you said once you're living off of the sale of your home. How do you budget travel expenses? Will you talk about that? Will you ever consider doing a camp host job or something like that? I absolutely would love to do a camp host job. The problem with that is it would have to be like an office job or at the ranger's desk, where they greet you and everything. I'm not above cleaning a bathroom, but with my different aging issues that I have, back and upper back and so forth, I couldn't be leaning over and scrubbing toilets, and it really wouldn't work for me. But if I can find one as a camp host where I can do tours or be at the office, and I've been told by friends that have done it that's very possible. So yes, I could do that. I'm not really living off the sale of my home. It's more like I took sold my home and I bought a home, this home, so I don't have any payments whatsoever. And I did have a little bit from my, IRA. But it's, I can't have any really big major emergencies, because there would go my emergency fund. So I have an emergency fund, and I have a not enough Social Security to rent an apartment. That's what most people are saying these days anyway. That's wise counsel. I travel, Grandma. What do you fix and eat? What do you have? Solar generator fridge. I have a solar generator. Yeah, I do, and I'm very mad at them right now. I have a Bluetti, and it's going to zero way too fast. I charge it most of the time with my car since I do drive a lot, and it's not holding a charge. Luckily, the only thing that I really have to have it for is to charge my computer. And I can charge it, I can plug the Bluetti into the car with a 12 volt. And so it's not really charging it much, but it'll do a pass-through charge to the computer, thank goodness. Because somehow or another, this car, I've had cars that have had inverters and had a regular 110 outlet, but this one has USBs of all kinds all over the place. It's got two 12-volt outlets, but it does not have a 110. So all this big, heavy Bluetti sitting right here beside me at the moment, all it's really good for is it's a giant, heavy doorstop. And I've called them. They have not yet returned my call. I'm going to have to threaten them using you guys. I'm going to tell them I have almost 10,000 subscribers, and all of them are interested in nomads or may be nomads, and you need to give me something different here. You need to replace this thing or give me something bigger or whatever. But I just haven't had the time to call them back, and when I think about it, it's too late to call them. What do I fix and eat? Oh, yeah. I would like to be completely vegetarian or even vegan, but I'm not yet. So I do buy those little packets. You know how tuna comes in the little packets now? They also have salmon, of course, but they have chicken that comes in those too, and some of them are flavored and whatnot. So it's just a little package of that for protein. I'm trying to do more and more protein shakes. I get protein bars. I got some Atkins bars last time. For breakfast, I get coffee, or I make coffee, and I mix in the Slim Fast Keto vanilla cake batter protein mix. And this is not just whey protein. It actually has some vitamins and minerals in it, so it's more like a meal. So that's my breakfast lately, is what I've been doing. Um, and unfortunately, I go through drive-throughs or eat out some. I don't eat out. I don't go in restaurants because I've got two little doggies that I don't like to leave alone at all when I don't have to. But yeah, eating out, eating fast food, or that's just not good. It's there are a lot of things you can fix in your car without a refrigerator. Uh, um, uh, what's her name? Oh, Sherry. How could I forget Sherry? Sherry said that she has been without a refrigerator in her high-top van for I forget how many years. Probably most of the time. I think she's 13 years that she's been full-time, and almost never had a refrigerator for all that time. So there are ways to figure it out. Fresh fruits and vegetables, really healthy foods, don't need refrigeration. Buddy traveling separate in your own vehicle and going the same direction with others? No, but I'd like to. I would like to do that. The problem with that is, well, this one's going too fast, or that one's going too slow, or it's, aren't you ready to leave yet? Or no, let's stay a little longer. That's the problem. To keep that up for very long, if you just said, well, I'm going such and such, and we'll meet up here on a certain date, that's a lot better than, certainly you don't want to be traveling following each other. Just if you do that, just set a time when you're supposed to be a certain place, because it's not really safe to try to follow somebody on the road. But I'd love to travel with someone, and I'd love to have a meetup sometime. I go to meetups when I can, and it's not too often because I'm usually in the wrong place at the wrong time. The pet corrector, it changed our little 7-pound dog behavior. Mine's 7 pounds too, the littlest one is. When our son's in large dog visit, and many of my clients got it now also. I'm telling you, it is a lifesaver. Saves my life and the dog's life over their little necks when they just bark, bark, bark. But it works. And you just show it to them, and they'll stop barking or whatever it is that they're doing. Because they argue sometimes. They're sisters, and they argue. And I can instantly break it up by just squirting that little thing. Hey y'all, new friend here. Lala's Lemon. Weren't you on Glorious Life on Wheels just like yesterday or the day before? The minimalist nature of van life is very liberating. Absolutely, Gary. I need to be more minimalist. I started out really overloaded because I had to clear out the house so fast. Everything just went in the van, go in the van, put in the van, put in the van. And then I had to start giving away and giving away. And then after a while, you start accumulating things again. And you can't believe it. I know, because I would have had a hard time believing how you can lose things in a space this small. It's because things get tucked under, or they get, you just have to be there to understand. Minimalist is liberating. It's like every time you get rid of something, that weighed 3 ounces, but it felt like 30 pounds when you get rid of it, Bunny has a nice home base and a dad who can do anything. Well, isn't that perfect? Well, I don't have a dad right now, and I don't really want a home base, but if it works for you, great. In fact, it'd be nice if I had a home base, but I'd have to have somebody to take care of it because I won't be there. My neighbor has a vacation home, and her son takes care of it. See, that's perfect. If you've got someone that'll take care of it for you, that's perfect. Perfect. Love soft background. Yes, that's good for sleeping. It's very calming to me. I don't mind a rainy day at all. I haven't had, it's been amazing. In all this time, I've had so few rainy days. Sure have had a lot of wind. Oh my gosh. Starting out in the beginning for months. I kind of got used to it a little bit. But yeah, win. That's been across the country, I believe. I would love to do camp security. Yeah, that'd be fun. I believe I could do, there's the Coretian State Park that I did a video on. I'd love to, be in one of the buildings and kind of give people a little tour of one of their historic buildings, or, you can work in the ranger station for people coming in. giving out information. There are different jobs that I've been told you can do. Do I take medication? No, I don't. I'm very lucky that way. I once in a while I take some aspirin, but I'm not on any regular medications. I have some water pills for water retention that I can take as needed, a PRN, as a nurse would say. But I don't have to take them. It's more aesthetic for a little bit of puffiness. It's not a big deal. In fact, that's something that I've had since I was a teenager, so it's not an issue. Been to doctors all over everywhere, and they say it's no big deal. Please turn your sound off. That ringtone's very loud. I'm not sure. Oh, could I turn my volume down? I guess I could. Let me see. It's not letting me. It's not. I don't think it. Yeah, it did. It did. Hey. Well, I hope that doesn't happen again. I never thought of that. Thank you for letting me know, Heather. I think that should do it. Wow, I'll have to do that every time. Thank you. I heard other people complaining about Bluetti. They've had bad customer service. Well, when you call them, they'll tell you that they are overwhelmed. It might be because Bob Wells did a review of them and said they have great technology. And I don't know what's wrong with mine, but it's not. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I hope you can go over to the Northern California coast, which is unbelievable, and to the Redwoods National Park over there. The whole area is amazing. Stay safe and have fun. Thank you, Michelle. Actually, I'm going to have a video coming out about that probably week after next. That's all I can say. I'm sure she would if she knew how. She has mentioned it several times. I'm not sure what that is in reference to. If it's on the volume of the notifications, I think I took care of that. Be sure not to turn off the inverter when not in use or it will drain the battery. I don't think a Bluetti has an off button, Gary. It can be either plugged in or... Well, it does have the little buttons for, yeah, maybe that's what you mean. There's a little button for if you have something plugged in, you have to push the button for it to be on. Yeah, that's a good thought. Thank you for that suggestion. I travel winters. Mother Nature evicts me from my cabin. I get by because I get a tax credit being a senior. A mile in the forest. Oh, okay. You'd be welcome to stay in my RV or fix up a fifth wheel I've got too. Thank you, Catherine. Well, let me know where you are sometime. Hello, I'm back to your channel. CDC Vintage and Mechanical. Judith, planning on driving to Bushnell, Florida, and staying in my minivan. What is the best time to go there weather-wise? Bushnell, Florida. That's where they have a national cemetery. I believe I have some relatives buried there. Anytime in Florida, spring and fall. You would want to avoid, let's see, June through November. Not only is it hot, but that is hurricane season in Florida, June through December, actually. But that's one thing that we in minivans have. We are in a bug-out bag. We live in one. Got everything we need right here. If I got, oh gosh, I never want to get stuck in snow, but, you have survival stuff with you at all times. Atkins and keto, good choices again. Yeah, Kenneth. I have lost a lot of weight on keto several times, but I have to watch how I adjust it so that it doesn't, my tummy aches. Gotta run, stay safe. Bye. See you next time. I'm going to try to make it 4 o'clock on Sunday again next time. I'm going to be in this, well, I thought I had a good spot, but it just didn't work out. I don't know how it varies that way. Who knows? I'm not an expert in that. I'm late, but still glad I made it. Well, good. One left and one came in. Hi, Julie Baldwin. concerned you would be by them not getting, my concern would be by them not getting back to, oh, Blue Eddy. Yeah, I no, now I see what you're saying. If they wait long enough, the warranty may be gone. Yeah, I think I may have had it 6 months. Surely it's a year. Um, Hi, Patty from Lake Charles, Louisiana. I missed Louisiana. I just zoomed right past you. So maybe on my next round. In my home, I took 8 years purging, always neat, even in storage places. Okay, once I read the rest of it, I get you. Yes, minimalizing. It's much more peaceful being minimal, and it is freeing. It's until you do it, you just won't know how much it will mean to you. If something is sentimental and you don't use it all the time and you haven't seen it in 2 years, take a picture of it, treasure the picture and the memory, and get rid of it. What's for dinner tonight? I already had my dinner. I'm not going to be, if I eat anything later, it's just going to be my vanilla cake mix. No, vanilla cake batter, Slim Fast keto protein shake. That's a mouthful, but if I eat anything, that's what it is. I love watching your channel. Thank you, Cypress Forest. I hope you will still do the travel vlogs and not just these live streams. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm working on a video right now with Pahrump and sequoias. And I'm also stringing together just so you know, I'm using the videos that I had. I'm taking the travel parts and putting those together, mostly for me, but if you want to watch them too, I think it really is meaningful showing the travel, in a line, because this is a journey. Olympia National Park is a must visit. I plan on that. Yep, your girls are being so good tonight. Yes, they are. When I reached over to get that box, I thought I would have woken them up, but they say let sleeping dogs lie. I have been thinking about doing this for almost 3 years now. I'm researching and studying how to go about doing it properly and safely. Well, yeah, the planning stage, that's of course, as far as planning, you might want to start with which vehicle are you going to get, if it's a minivan, there are, pros and cons of each. How old is it? What mechanical shape it's in is the most important thing, of course. Tires and brakes and the motor and the whole thing. And then you can get the actual dimensions of it, an inches count, and whether it's a regular full-size van or a minivan, and then you can draw it out once you have the dimensions. Mount Rainier National Park is stunning also. Yeah, I have a lot of things on my list. My bucket is grown, my bucket list. It's not a bucket anymore. I don't know what you'd call it, a silo. It's a grain silo now, not a bucket anymore. Too many things to see, and some of them I would want to see more than once. But in every place that I go, I'm thinking, there's so much to see out here, and I may never be back this way again because there's so much to see. So each time is precious when you're visiting a place. It's precious because, it's wonderful when you're there, but you probably won't be back because there's so much else to see, and it just keeps getting better and better. It's really fun. We have 56 people and 81 likes on it. Wow, I don't know how we did that, but that's great. This country is full of wonderful places. That's so true, and every state is full of wonderful places. Every single state, they're just so much out there. It's hard to believe that people don't get out much. It's just hard to believe they don't get out. You'll learn more in your first month doing it than planning. Good advice, Gary. You will. There are a lot of people out here. There are a lot of car campers, cars and SUVs and trucks, and there are so many. There are almost as many types of rigs as there are people. Uh-oh, somebody's alarm is going off. Oh, good, they fixed it. All right. Well, guys, how long have we been on here? We still have 56 people here. Is that accurate all the time? Um, Miss Sheldon said, every state has beauty. Yes. I can't even express to you, well, maybe you can see it in my videos, so I am expressing it every week. Yeah, gosh, last week I only put up 3 videos. Things, I was just traveling so much, it was really hard to get a video out every week, but I think this month I'm not only having a live every Sunday, but I'm also putting together the road trip series of videos too. I missed a few. RV Grandma Charlotte, if you're ever driving in the Columbia Gorge, drive the Washington side, especially from Hood River East. The Columbia is so pretty from the Washington side that you don't see on the Oregon side. Interesting. I'll have to make a note of that later for sure. So enjoyed your videos. Thank you, Pam. Have to say the minivan gets my vote, but as you say, it is an individual decision. Absolutely. I mean, I chose a Pacifica for several reasons, but there's nothing wrong with the Dodge Caravans and the various other ones. Some of them have a sportier look. Is the Caravan has a little sportier look, if that's what you like. I just kind of like the lines of this one. Just a personal choice, and of course the plug-in hybrid's awfully nice too. But anyway, there's good and bad things about each one probably. We've been on an hour already. Time just flies when you're having fun. Just go away for a weekend and you'll learn a lot. Gary, you've just had a lot of good advice tonight. You don't have to even go for weekend. Go for the day, for goodness sake. Go overnight somewhere. Pick a spot and just do it. Just do it. You'll be surprised how easy it really is. My computer says you've been on for 91 minutes. Still have 57 watching. You guys are so good. Well, then I could stay doing this forever. So you guys are gonna almost have to tell me when to stop. Actually, I think probably we should wrap it up. I hate to do that, because I really enjoy it. So next Sunday, me streaming. Yes, Richard, I'm planning on making it 4 o'clock Eastern, and I will. I cannot necessarily control my internet connection, but maybe next time I'll try several different spots early. But the one I had, I thought was pretty good. So anyway, we'll just do the best we can. How's that? So thanks each and every one of you for being here today, and thank you so much for the super chat. And I will see all of you next Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern time. And this week you will see, if some of you might have come on late and missed it, I'm going to have the Pahrump video up, and included in that, or I should say Pahrump is just included in the Sequoia video because that's the main part of it. And I may even have some of the things that we've talked about today on at the end, so you probably may not even need to watch that. I wanted to tell people to drink a lot of water and keep moving. And especially when you're driving, because deep vein thrombosis, it's a blood clot in the legs. It could go to your lungs, or anyway, it could be fatal. It's extremely uncommon, but it just feels better. When you get out of the car, you're going to feel better if you've moved around a little while you're even driving. Don't make yourself have a wreck, but wiggle your toes, do something, stretch your legs, point your toes, do something to have a little bit of movement while you're driving. And then, of course, get out and stretch your legs once in a while too, but that's important to stay safe and hydrated. Hello from Canada. Hi, Lynn. We're just about to close up here. See you next Sunday. My big black lab and little 10-pound girl want a treat. Bye, Canada. Bye from Canada, Debbie. Michelle, correct. You've got taste. Richard Polly, okay. So lovely chatting with you. Love to you from California. Love to all of you too. Love the sound of the rain. Yeah, I don't know how much is coming across. I guess I'll have to watch this later to see. Thanks for some fun. It's nice to talk to y'all and have y'all talking to each other too. Thank you for talking with us on your journey. Stay safe and see a bunch. I will, and I'll bring it to you too. Love you too. Take care. Thanks so much for being positive about answering some personal and prying questions about, hey, I know, there might be some things I won't answer, like where exactly I am, or where I've been very recently, or where I'm going to be in the near future. Those are questions that I don't want to fib about, but I'm not going to answer them. But other than that, I'm pretty open. I'm pretty open. Uh, Night all. Keep on traveling. Have a peaceful evening. You too. Jack, last year I had to stop saying this is the most beautiful place I've ever been because the next place was glorious. Oh, that's so true. I can't believe it could get any better than it has been, but it's all so different. It's all so unique, just like all of us. So thank you all. I think I'm going to try to figure out how to close this out better than I did last week, fumbling around and so forth. So thank you all for coming. See you next time. Bye bye.